What's up, Success Squad? Before you do anything, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so that you can be informed on future videos. And now that I've got that out the way, let's get straight into it. So, I will give a little background about me before we get started. I am what you call a first generation college student. So that means before I went to college, there was no one to guide and support me and knowing what to do to cultivate success while in college. So basically my reasoning for going to college was maybe not like yours. Mine was not to necessarily be successful or have a career initially. My end all goal at first was to get out of Memphis. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I saw college as an escape to get out of Memphis. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm ready to go. So at the age of 18, going on 19, I made the decision to go to the Tennessee State University, where I was definitely developed into a woman. Like I really feel like college was an amazing decision for me, and I'm hopeful that it will be a amazing decision for you as well. So first of all, congratulations, but now let's hop straight into it. So first of all, you need to figure out what is your why, like what is your reasoning behind going to college. A lot of us kind of wing it. Are you going because of family expectation? Are you going because you want to develop into a better person? Are you going because it aligns with your career goals? Whatever the case may be, you need to identify why you are going to college. And secondly, what other than do you feel that getting in college will get you a job? Like getting in college alone will get you a job, because I'm here to debunk that myth. Having college experience and graduating from college does not ensure that you're going to get a job. And a lot of people have the misconception that, oh, when I graduate, I'm going to get a job. When I graduate, I'm going to take precedence. When I graduate, people are going to see that degree on my resume. And although I have no experience, they're going to give me the job because I got the degree. And that was where I failed. When I graduated from college and came back to Memphis, thinking I was going to get a job in my career field of psychology and or communications, I was sadly mistaken. And so I ended up in a warehouse because I didn't have the skills necessary to get a job. So now that we got that out the way, we're going to go into some things that you can do to leverage yourself while in college or before you get to college. So first and foremost, networking. Networking, a lot of you, I know, a lot of us have anxiety when it comes to talking to people. A lot of us don't feel we want to participate in activities, but you have to think about it like this: what is going to separate you from all the rest of the people that have the degrees? Yeah, have the degrees. That would be networking. So, networking not only with your peers, but networking with teachers, introducing yourself, figuring out commonalities within the people on your campus. Like, if you're a psychology major, linking up with other psych majors, reaching out to your teachers, building a bond with your teachers, letting them know what your goals are. And, just building a bond, because oftentimes, and I didn't realize it until I graduated and I started really learning the cheat code of what it meant to play the game, or so to speak. So once you network, it becomes a not what you know, it's who you know type deal. And opportunities start to look like they fell on your lap, but people are quicker to present opportunities to people that they know have a proven track record than those that they don't know, that they aren't unsure about. So let's say you have 30 classmates in your class. I don't want to use this term, but your classmates can become your competition for jobs. So how do you leverage yourself over the other 30, 20, 30 people in your class? You build bonds with your teachers, you build bonds with classmates, you run for different student positions, you get to know the campus, you get people to invest into getting to know you. You make them want to buy into who you are as a person. So networking is extremely important to start doing while you're in college, because once you get out of college, it will leverage you and it will help you to get not only secure a job, but in whatever, I don't want to say field, but whatever you're trying to do, it is going to help people identify you as, oh, this person is somebody that I really want to work with in the near future. Also, secondly, you want to ensure, and this is something that I didn't know, you want to ensure that you are working on yourself. You are working on your personal and professional development. A lot of people go in trying to, foster friendships and relationships. And I can honestly say, as you get in college, your taste in people will change as you grow, because you may not be the same person freshman year, or you won't. If you grow, you won't be the same person freshman year as you are senior year. So you want to ensure that throughout the journey, you're figuring out about yourself, like your likes and dislikes, and what you're wanting out of life, what you're wanting out of a career, what you're wanting out of a mate, what you're wanting out of friendships. Like, what are you wanting? I would suggest to create a list of what you want, whether it be personally, professionally, and things like that. And really just try to like compare yourself against like the list of like what you're wanting in friendships, what you're wanting in a mate, and who are you in comparison to the list that you've created, and pushing yourself to grow. And as far as that professional list, once you create a professional list, I would suggest trying to shadow someone. And when I say shadow, trying to make a connection with someone in your field, reaching out to them. And it sounds, a lot of times it sounds like we make things sound harder in our heads than they really are. But shadowing a professional that's doing what it is that you're wanting to do, to try to figure out if it's really what you want to do, because sometimes what we think we want to do isn't what we really want to do. So really, watching a professional's day to day, or speaking to a professional, figuring out what it is that they do day to day, so you can really know that the career path you're on is really something that you're wanting to do. In my case, I chose psychology and communications. But when you think about psychology, psychology is such a broad type of situation, or such a broad type of career, that you know it's so many jobs that fall into the category of psychology. And even with an undergraduate degree in psychology, a lot of those, like psychologists and things like that, they take that extra education. So really, like, knowing what your end goal is as far as what your career goals are, and are you willing to do what's necessary to make those dreams come true? Because you not only need education, but you also need to build relationships with people within your field who have that experience. So not only are you getting proper training while you're in college, but you're also getting experience to go on your resume, so that when you get out, you can potentially have a job. Like I stated previously, you don't want to get out of school and then feel like you wasted your time because you are unable to secure employment. So now that I got to the part about you basically getting to know yourself and what it is that you want, let's go into friendships. So, friendships, like my freshman year of college, I can honestly say I really did not know who I was at all. Like I was really all over the place. Like I've always been a bubbly person, but I was extremely low on myself in college. And when you are low on yourself, although we all want friendships, also as a reminder, schools, and I'll have to do some research, but I know for sure my school, check with your school to see if you guys have a school psychologist or somebody that is you could talk to on a professional level, because before you foster friendships, I would really, if you are low on yourself, I would really suggest talking to a school psychologist to really cope with the things you need to cope with so that you can be in a healthy space mentally. With me, when I initially went to college, I was severely overweight and I was very awkward. I didn't know who I was. And when you're that kid in high school and then you become a freshman in college, that can really do something to your self-esteem, because then you have people, some of who are very immature, who really will attack your weaknesses and really make you feel bad about who you are as a person, or they will hang around you to make themselves feel better about who they are as people. So if you are experiencing that, let me know. Let me tell you, you do not deserve to be mistreated. Nobody deserves to be mistreated. But before you can foster healthy relationships, you have to figure out or start to figure out who you are as a person and what you want out of friends. Are you wanting compassion? Are you wanting accountability? Like, what do you want out of friendships? Do you want somebody that respects you, who loves you and cares for you, who doesn't degrade you, who doesn't downplay your feelings, who really cares for you as a person? Now, if you are looking for those things, start to kind of study the character. Like once you grow to love yourself and really grow to yourself as a person, really just start paying attention to the people that you hang around and cultivate friendships with individuals who are like-minded, who don't make you feel uneasy, who are loving and compassionate and who care about you. Because if you don't, then you end up really dreading college, especially if you're in a dorm and you can never escape these people. So you want to ensure that you are not hanging around people who make you feel less than and make you feel inferior for their own, I don't even know what to call it, but to make themselves feel better. So also, let's get, like, we've talked about friendships, and I'm also going to do a separate episode about friendships. What I wish I knew, because the friendship episode will more so, it will translate to everyone, because it won't be just about friendships in college, but it will be about friendships in general. So we will talk about friendships, building friendships not only for college students, but building friendships for the general public. You also, like, when you deal outside of just being compassionate, you want to ensure that your friends are also, some of your friends, or however you want to do it, you want to ensure that some of your friends, their goals align with what your goals are and their mission is the same as your mission. Because if you have a support system of individuals with the same end goal as you have, it will make it much easier, because you'll have somebody pushing you to really achieve those goals, as opposed to you always pushing yourself by yourself. You'll have a support system of individuals that you can support, but they can support you in ensuring that you are successful, because everybody has the goal of succeeding. Also, in my opinion, I feel when you have the same mission and goal as somebody, it cuts down on competition because everybody's busy achieving those goals. Sometimes when you have friends whose mission and goals don't align with yours, they can hold you down and slow you down and hold you back from your your success. Also, look at what type of decisions. And I'm not saying you can't be friends with people who, you can't support people in making better decisions, but look at how their decision making impacts you. Is it slowing you down? Is it making your grades be less than what they could be? Are you performing at a lower level because of your friends? And if so, those may not be the type of friends you need in your corner. Dating now, let's get into dating. As you grow in college, like your somebody you may have dated, and we do have cases where people end up marrying their high school sweetheart, or somebody they've known since middle school. But the reality of it is we grow and we change, and mindsets differ. So make sure that you're learning who you are. And as you learn who you are, because in a traditional sense, we've been taught to romanticize love. You need to make a practical list of your expectations in a partner. You need to make a practical list, like, what am I looking for somebody that I want to see long term? And I'm not saying you can't casually date in college, but ensuring that you don't pour all of your time into a person that's not looking for the same thing you're looking for. Whether it be casual dating or for a marriage, you need to figure out, like, what am I wanting to do in college? Am I just wanting to date and then try to settle down once I get out? Am I looking for a potential partner while I'm here? Because you got to think, like, the mission of just, like, in the scheme of things, you guys both have the mission of completing college. So you know that that person at the very least has the same career goals as you are. Yes, you do, as far as being successful in college and graduating. So really tapping in and figuring out, like, what are my likes and dislikes, and trying to navigate campus to see who, like, let me see what this potential person is talking about. But it is definitely a time to not settle. It is a time to have fun. It is a time to figure out what it is you want, to figure out what it is you like, what you dislike. Some people lock it down too soon and they regret it. But it's a time to have fun and figure out what it is you want, but also creating a practical list of what you do and don't want to date. What type of person are you unwilling to date? Like, I don't like this, I don't like that. Figuring out what it is you want, because if you're a traditional student, you're extreme, like, you're young, you have time to figure it out. You don't have to rush. And a lot of us, we rush into relationships, and not saying that some situations you shouldn't entertain, but give yourself time to figure out what it is that you want in a potential partner, and ensuring that you cultivate those type of bonds, or friendships, so that you can see what type of person that person is. Also, not rushing into a relationship. A lot of people will get in relationships after only a small time of knowing a person. Get to know the person that you're wanting to commit to. Like, what are their quirks? What ticks them off? Like, what kind of mindset do they have? Are they easy to anger? Are they abusive, whether it be a male or a female? Figure out what it is that a person, what type of personality they have in regards to what you're looking for in a mate. Also, it's a time, like, if you're in a dorm, this is the time to have fun. This is the time to explore. This is the time to create bonds. Like, don't rush it. Like, that's my biggest advice. Do not rush it. Don't rush it. I was so busy, like, y'all, I wanted to graduate because of some of these things, because I didn't have the best friendships because I you know because at the last minute I started increasing study habits because I didn't join organizations. My end goal was I just want to get out of here. But y'all, it goes by so fast, and this is like a great opportunity to cultivate so many wonderful and amazing friendships and relationships with people. Don't rush it. I know, like, you have your whole life, and I know you guys probably heard that before, but you have your whole life to be out of college. Do not rush college by to the point where it's over and now you're like, man, where did the time go? Or I wish I would have, you know, enjoyed myself, or I wish I would have did it like this. Enjoy yourself, enjoy the moments, take pictures, act silly. Mess up. Now's the time to mess up and make mistakes. Like, do have fun. Like, don't rush it. Like, you have your whole life to pay bills. Don't rush college. Enjoy yourself. Like, really just enjoy the moment. Like, man, you be excited about the fact you're in college. Like, some people did not make it. Like, some people didn't get accepted. Somebody didn't have the money. Like, you're here. Like, you're at the point, or maybe you didn't have the money and you worked really hard to get the money to go to college. Maybe you're on scholarships. Right now is the time to be celebratory of the fact, like, wow, I'm here, and I have all these amazing opportunities. Don't rush it. Don't rush it to the point where you make yourself miserable because you get in the mindset of hating college. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment, y'all. It, like, if I could do anything, like, man, like, it's kind of like, the kids in high school that wish they could go back. Man, if I could do it all over again with the mindset I have now, I would do it all over again. And that's because my level of success, I know that I would be more successful now than I was then, only because my mindset has changed because I've been exposed to so much. Like, and don't limit, like, when you're in college, do not limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Step out of your comfort zone. Enjoy yourself. Create memories. Build bonds. Like, and I wouldn't say, like, a lot of people, and I kind of got to jump back. A lot of people say reinvent yourself, but how can you reinvent yourself when you didn't know yourself in the first place? Like, figure out who you are, because who you are is amazing. It's just waiting to be discovered. But you guys, that's all the tips I have for today. Tune into my next video where we will be discussing how to create healthy relationships and boundaries in college. I will talk to you guys later.